Sister Safalya here to present before you my vocational journey to Deena Sevana Sabha. I was born in Edur at Kannur district of Kerala. My parents, Mr. Joy and Mrs. Mary, were a devout couple. They brought us up in the same religious atmosphere in which they had grown up. They never allowed us to miss Holy Mass and family prayer. They brought us up strict and good discipline. I have a brother and 4 sisters. 5 of us are religious sisters. Among the 5, 4 of us belong to Deena Sevana Sabha, and the last one has joined the CMC congregation. My elder sister Alina is working in Uttar Pradesh as a nurse. Third one, Sister Tinsy, is working at Kerala as a teacher. Fourth one, Sister Sina, is doing her service in Germany as a nurse, and myself is working in the school as a teacher. Greatness comes to those who develop burning desire to achieve higher goals. God has sown in me the seed of this holy desire for consecrated life. From 3rd standard, I had developed this desire in me. The influence of the sisters of Deena Sevana Sabha during my school times rekindled my desire to become a religious. Their lifestyle was very simple, and they were serving the downtrodden and abandoned people with an humanitarian approach, doing an extraordinary services than that time of other religious orders in the 19th century. It touched me and inspired me a lot. They were also visiting our family very frequently as part of house visiting. They were very free as they were one among our family. At this time, my elder sister joined the same DSS congregation, and her witnessing life inspired me a lot. While I was in 10th standard, I determined my vocation to religious life, but there were little confusion of where to join, because I have received the call from 2 of my aunties from Kamile sisters and my own sister from Deena Sevana Sabha. But the lifestyle of Deena Sevana Sabha and special dedication for the poor and marginalized influenced me to embrace the lifestyle of Deena Sevana Sabha in 1994. By seeing my elder sister and me, 3 of my younger sisters had taken a radical decision to dedicate their life for God and His beloved children. I am proud to say that all 5 of us are finally prospered and enjoying the life with God and the poor. It was really a risk for us to console and convince our parents, because they never wished all of us to come out of home for a genuine purpose and saying no to all the worldly pleasures. My only brother had a burning desire to become a priest from his childhood, but my mother was not allowing him to join the seminary. So he continued his studies and was working. He was earning good salary and taking care of my parents. In the course of time, God's unchanging plan, God called back my beloved mother in an unexpected time and way in the year 2018. My father and brother were left alone at home. God is faithful in all His ways and will fulfill all His plans. Few months after death of my mother, my brother Jins expressed his great desire to my father to become a priest. My father and all of us tried our level best to divert his mind, because my father was alone at home, but he was very strong in his decision. Knowing and discerning God's special call to His only son to priesthood, my father allowed and encouraged my brother to join the seminary. As the fulfillment of God's holy will, he has joined the religious congregation called Congregation of Mission at Mysore. Now he is in the novitiate at Chennai. My father is left alone at home with the serenity, with a strong faith in God, doing his own work and fulfilling the will of God. Let me share about my congregation. I belong to the congregation of Deena Sevana Sabha, which means servants of the poor. The congregation of Deenasevana Sabha was founded by Mother Petra Morningman, a German Ursuline nun with 8 candidates. It was started in the year 1969 at a remote village called Pattuvam in the district of Kannur, Kerala. Mother Petra personally experienced the poverty and misery of the people in the villages who were the victims of social injustice and exploitations. She was moved with the compassionate love of God and heard the voice of Jesus, that is, whatsoever you do to the least of my brethren, you have done it to me. Matthew 25:41. The congregation of Deenasevana Sabha started as a pious union in the Diocese of Calicut in Kerala with the approval of the Bishop, late Reverend Dr. Aldo Maria Patroni S.J. on 1st June 1969. It was raised to the status of a diocesan congregation on 21st September 1983. On 2nd February 2003, it was raised to the status of a pontifical right. The charism of our congregation is service to the poor. The specific aim of the congregation is to continue the evangelical mission of Christ by rendering service to the poor, especially those who living in remote rural areas. The congregation today has 100 communities spread all over India, Italy, Germany and USA, with the total number of 625 prostate sisters working in 50 dioceses. In fidelity to our consecration to Jesus poor, with our promise of service to the poor, we serve the poor and destitute by living with the poor, like the poor, and for the poor. The mysticism specific to us as Deenadasis lies in our power to contemplate the holy face of Jesus in prayer and discern it in the poor around us whom we are to serve and look after. All our communities are situated in remote villages where we carry out our social development program such as dispensaries, vocational training centers, homes for the aged, mentally challenged, physically handicapped, deaf and dumb, blind, HIV/AIDS children and women, hospice for the cancer patients, rehabilitation centers for the leprosy patients, orphanages, free boardings, schools, pastoral ministry, prison ministry, family apostolate, etc. The congregation has divided into 4 provinces in the year 2007. I belong to the Nirmala province, which consists the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Dear friends, do you wish to be a little lamp shining on the mountain as a Deenadasi, wiping away the tears of the suffering and abandon, but God's beloved children today? Are you ready to accept the challenges of this time? To regard any work as of equal dignity, to love all as God's beloved children, to forget self and embrace a life of simplicity, to make hard work as your way of life. In everything, let self-dedication lead you along the way of the cross. Let us remember, whatsoever we do to the least of our brethren, we do it to Jesus.